What's up, guys, and welcome back to the 7th joinDOTA League season. We have Team Go going up against ScaryFaceZ in a best of 2. I'm Mikelorus, going to be your only casters for today. I know, so sad, but it's fine because this might be a little bit more of a low-key game. We're just trying to check in on the ScaryFaceZ side, see what they're up to. We've casted them quite a bit in the past, and well, right now it seems like they're running without Quista, and in the past couple of games that they've actually been playing, they've also been running without Quista. Not sure if that was because Quista's just busy or something, or if he's actually not on the team anymore, but either way, ScaryFaceZ is a very powerful team, and we could see why, because they demand this type of respect. Team Go banning out the Darkseer Phantom Lancer is the first phase, taking care of, at the very least, Ramses here. I know they play Phantom Lancer quite a bit, and State 21, if he can get his hands on Darkseer, you don't want to mess with that. You just don't want to play against that ever. So, yeah, it is kind of up to Team Go. Pretty much the vast underdogs. Looking at their lineup right now, I'm pretty sure they're not all stand-ins, probably. But, yeah, I do recognize Sedge. I do recognize ETI, I think. You know, a couple of these names I've seen here or there, but not really making a huge splash as of yet. And this is definitely a tough matchup for them, even though ScaryFaceZ are working with a stand-in of their own. Like, that's a real stand-in. Still, I would think they are going to be favored in this game, as we actually have a chance to take a look at our draft now. Outside of those early bans, pretty much forced out by the Go side, taking ScaryFaceZ, you know, in theory, out of their comfort zone. They're going to grab a Gyrocopter. They're going to grab a Lina. Nothing too crazy here going on just yet. I do like how Team Go, though, are just going to focus on their lanes as much as they can. If you're going up against a team who you think you might be outmatched against, then taking safe lanes, taking lanes where you can get kills, you know, any lane with Gyrocopter you can get kills, Lina in the mid lane, even Lina as support, you can definitely get those kills as well. Then I think that's probably the safest way to go. ScaryFaceZ looks like they're going to go for a little bit of a different strategy. Earthshaker as the pick, always down with that as the first phase, as well as the Bounty Hunter. And, you know, the Bounty Hunter usually is going to want to play a little bit more tempo-based game, usually going to want to be looking for kills, just constantly looking for it. But in that sense, those two heroes, Bounty and Earthshaker, don't really pair well that great, since Earthshaker is a little bit more defensive. But you know, being able to set up now for the Queen of Pain in the mid lane is going to give a lot of momentum towards the ScaryFaceZ mid lane. And Shaker, even though he is a defensive support, you know, really doesn't need to be played in a defensive game, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, he's going to be protecting your lanes most of the time. But if need be, if he gets a couple of kills, then he could really keep tempo just because he has a long-range stun. And sometimes that's all you need up against someone like Alina when you have a Queen of Pain on your side. Stun him into damage, into Bounty Hunters there as well, and then things get a little bit messy. We'll see if that Earthshaker wants to go towards a support role, making a semi-dual lane with the Queen of Pain, or if he's going to be sticking in that off-lane role, which ScaryFaceZ may very well do. The Clockwork banned out, Spirit Breaker as well. ScaryFaceZ is definitely scared about getting initiated upon. Most of the big initiators are actually out of the pool at this point. Tusk is, yeah, he's banned out. Storm Spirit's banned out by the Team Go side, so it is going to be a low initiating battle inherently between these two teams. In that sense, we got to look towards who else can initiate these fights. Really, for ScaryFaceZ, you can say Earthshaker sometimes, but it really depends on him getting his Blink Dagger. And that's not always going to be the case. You really do need a Blink Dagger if you're going to initiate at all with Shaker. So it's probably just going to be smoke ganks for the most part, maybe a couple of fogs. Going to get the edge on someone, but it doesn't seem like any team is going to be super reliant on those pickoffs. Lina, you know, potentially can get a Eul Scepter pretty quickly, and then even at that point, Lina can kill off a Queen of Pain a couple of times, and then it's not really the strongest way to initiate. It's a very low-scale way of initiating, but hey, it gets the job done if you get the jump on a Bounty Hunter or something like that. Maybe get a Blink Dagger with that Eul Scepter. That's good stuff. That is good stuff for Alina. And Team Go, they're going to grab a Dazzle for their third pick. Don't mind this pick much, and it will be very well paired with someone who has any sort of stun. They really do need non-Lina stun, of course. I mean, Dazzle's fine if you're going up against, well, now the Luna especially. If you see the Eclipse coming out, you have a lot of time to actually get that Grave off. But it's an inherently defensive support, and this is a support that really can't do anything offensively, unlike that Shaker. yeah, he does need a little bit of help from someone. If it's going to be a Dazzle Gyrocopter lane, it's going to be very, very defensive, and that might work out for them since ScaryFaceZ remains to be seen as to whether or not they want to go fully aggressive. But with this Luna pick, they definitely have their options open, like Luna, Earthshaker, +1, put the Bounty Hunter on the bottom lane, put Queen of Pain mid, and ScaryFaceZ may actually want to take that fight. And as scary as Gyrocopter is for the with Rocket Barrage and everything like that, since the nerf, it's been Gyrocopter not really too scary until he's really level 5. So if you can get in on him before that point, yeah, you could actually do a sizable amount of damage to him. As long as Luna isn't getting constantly poked at by a Dazzle, she should be fine. In that regard, ScaryFaceZ, if they really do want to take this into on offensive tri lane, really do need someone with a lot of range. It really doesn't matter that much outside of that. Ideally, it would be something like a Rubik for them, although I don't know if Team Go are going to give them the chance to pick up that hero. It would actually be a pretty nice hero for Go to grab themselves. But ScaryFaceZ do have some options right now, and clearly this is putting them back on the offensive plan if that wasn't already the idea. Whenever you grab a Luna, you're not looking to drag the game out super, super late. She does do pretty well in the late game stages, but it's really with the power of Eclipse that you want to be looking to end the game. Mostly because Eclipse is such a ridiculous skill. Also, when you have level 2 Eclipse, you're going to be hitting decently hard, and you're going to make your entire team hit hard as well. Naga Siren is the pick here for Go. I'm not really sure if I like this. It is most likely going to be an not an offlane, a supporty Siren, and that's kind of versus what ScaryFaceZ have. Again, they needed range. They needed some way to really help out in the lane, and Ensnare into Rocket Barrage is a fine combo and everything like that, but if that's your only combo, if you're trying to use that combo into a lane that has an Earthshaker, most likely it's not going to work all that often. As soon as the net is thrown, unless the Gyrocopter is literally right on top of your enemy, a Fissure is going to help him disengage. Easy peasy, you're good to go if you're ScaryFaceZ. And Naga Siren has very, very little in the way of poking. Yeah, she has a lot of armor, and sometimes that might be relevant. If she's getting into a man fight with Shaker or something, without anyone helping out, then Naga Siren Shaker, yeah, it'll be going towards Naga Siren slightly there, but when you add Luna's Blessing on top of that, you're not going to win that anymore as Siren. So Team Go definitely going for a little bit more of a greedy route, maybe trying to play a little bit more of a slower game. They are looking for an offlane hero right now, maybe someone like a Bristleback, just to try to have someone who stabilizes this early mid-game stage. ScaryFaceZ is going to grab Winter Wyvern, hero that they do play quite often. Luna is support, right? Yeah, probably it's going to be Luna support. That's standard, obviously, and for Team Go, it's going to be a Wind Ranger. So it is actually going to be maybe not the lanes that we thought, although it seems like Luna mid, Wind Ranger going towards that off lane is probably still going to be the safest assignment for Team Go. They can put this Naga Siren over in the mid lane, but I don't know if I would want a Naga Siren up against a Queen of Pain. That in and of itself is pretty dangerous, but adding the threat of a Shaker into that, it's not good times. Usually just not a big fan of Naga Sirens of mid lane in general. It could work well if you have, I guess, I need to turn on my mic. If you have someone like a DK on the other end, then you'll be fine. Like, there's no way you actually lose that, or, you might lose that, but it's a very even lane as far as lanes are concerned. But we have ScaryFaceZ, who do have their 2 defensive supports, but as long as they can keep this siege engine of this Luna alive, that's their primary goal. That's going to be really the hero that they're looking to end the game with come the mid-game. Ideally off of a couple of track kills from this Bounty Hunter as well. But for ScaryFaceZ, they're going to put Stage 21 right now going towards that top lane. Ringer Protection and Stout Shield going to be going pretty defensive on the Shaker. Ograzok is going to be playing the Queen of Pain. She's been standing in for... Oh shit, guys, I messed up. Screw it, that's not right either. My bad, guys. Nothing happened. Haha, that's like good. I messed it up for now when no one's actually watching. Don't tell anyone. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good, yeah. A little bit too much in the overlays, right? Do you know why that happened? It was because I had to open my mic, so it's like a thing that I was doing when I should have been doing something else. I blame that, guys. I blame that. But who else do we have? We have Shadowy playing the supposedly rolling Bounty Hunter, Orb Venom first. Eknard is going to be playing the Winter Wyvern, and Ramses is going to be carrying it up as the Luna. On the Go side, we got Sedge, who's going to be playing the Nog Siren, 8 Tangos, and a Stout Shield, with the Wind Ranger in lane, played by Wild. Interesting lane assignment so far. We got Dancing Dragon playing the Dazzle ETA on the Lina, and that leaves up towards the top lane Venuki on the Gyrocopter. Looks like they're going to actually go for an offensive tri-lane. given the lane assignments that ScaryFaceZ have right now, I don't actually mind this too much, but as far as just this raw power of the offensive tri-lane, kind of limited. Never mind, it's going to be a dual lane, so it is going to be 2v2. Nagasiren with a lot of tangos is not going to be taking the farm over the Wind Ranger, at least she shouldn't. This is really just because she knows that she's going to be taking a couple hits. This is a Winter Wyvern and a Luna lane, and even though these two heroes typically don't have a lot of base damage, like, look at this, 49, that's nothing, and 42 is nothing, with plus 14 it gets really, really dangerous. So yeah, Wild can occasionally take those hits, but Sedge is most likely going to be there just to try to absorb some experience. I don't really see much of what this Nagasiren can do since she charges in like this. Suddenly Arctic Burn is there and Sedge is getting her face messed up. Luckily for her, Luna doesn't have a beam right now, but Nagasiren like did nothing with that. Walk in, spend 80 mana, do well, about 100 damage. Not exactly something to write home about, so Nagasiren is really going to struggle up here, and I do think at a certain point you should just put her up on this top lane. You know, Dazzle could poke at state 21, Gyrocopter has that power as well, and oh my god, guys, I'm just out, like, I'm done. I'm done, it's clearly not my day. Forget the overlay, not watching mid lane, even though there's a bounty hunter there. And yeah, I'm just done. This is what happens when I have, this is what happens when I'm just all alone and there's no one to actually keep me from doing stupid shit. Because, you know, I'm just looking at the chat as well. We have a kind of a lower viewer game, so I'm more than okay with taking this a little bit more casually. But yeah, then that happens, and then I just feel bad. But we're gonna pretend that never happened. We're just going to assume that that was Bounty Hunter getting the jump on ETA. Sentry Ward is now placed, but I'm not really sure if that's gonna do enough. Down towards bottom lane though, not gonna miss any action that happens here. We do have Eknart with another burn ready, and they actually do have a pretty good angle on Sedge, although Eknart seems like he wants to get the hell out of there. Fly right over the trees, and now here comes the joinDOTA hit with the Orb of Venom. Sedge slowed to a crawl. Somehow it shows 522 movement speed. Well, that's just plain wrong. Sedge is taking a beating right now. Another Lucent Beam comes in. Mirror Images. Do they guess the right one? Well, they don't need to. There's the Grave, and now Shadow's in a little trouble. He'll drop instead. Good TP coming in from Dancing Dragon. And Eknart, unfortunately, not able to get that kill for the team. That's actually a pretty big turnaround from Go. Yeah, it is pretty costly to have a Dazzle teleport in that early on, and now State's going to get a lot more space in this top lane. Not a lot of farm, just because Gyrocopter is going to be, just a better laner inherently, but if you get a little bit more experience on Earthshaker, you're going to be typically okay, but man, Dazzle coming in at the perfect second, and actually Mirror Image saving the Nagasiren there. I don't think it was actually debuffing anything, although it might have getting rid of like some Orb of Venom slow or something. Yeah, just buying that however long it takes to split worth of time. I actually don't know. It's probably like half a second or something. It was enough. It definitely was enough. So yeah, they actually do turn things around, get the kill on this Bounty Hunter, making it even 1-1 game right now. But over towards mid, ETA getting into a man fight. I thought this wasn't possible because it was a Sentry, but Queen of Pain doing a lot of damage to the Luna. Will get the kill, sees the Courier as well. No bottles there. Queen of Pain does have a bottle plus a lot of regen. Are they going to dive this? They won't even need to. It's a double kill for Agrazok as they just sit in the mid lane. Again, this mid lane scenario just should not be happening right now for the Team Go side. They have, is this double Sentry? Okay, no, it's one Observer, one Sentry. They all look the same, guys. Call me Ward racist. But I don't see color like that. The Sentry Ward should have prevented the Bounty Hunter completely from getting the jump onto ETA. And yeah, the Queen of Pain at this point is a little bit more far ahead of the Lina. She shouldn't be able to get those kills really in any scenario, so not really sure what's happening with this mid lane. Queen of Pain now has a little bit of an advantage, and Agrazok is, just as a Queen of Pain, not really the hero that you want to give said advantage. Now with an Invis rune, can't do anything with it, unfortunately, but man, Bounty Hunter already level 3 at this point, 4 minutes in. Agrazok getting into another fight with ETA. Shadow Strike is gonna land, and ETA still, well, actually does have his bottle, and Queen of Pain getting into a man fight right now. He's gotta watch out, turn around for a scream if he was super greedy, but no, he won't. We'll back off to the double damage rune, and then I'm pretty sure he'll look to re-engage here. He'll have a lot more bottling to go, and well, Lina will see this one coming, but will it matter? Well, fortunately for the Lina, it is nighttime, and Shadow looks like he just wants to get rid of a couple of wards. We'll eat them all, but Dancing Dragon, he's going to get the brunt of the double damage rune. He'll try to Grave TP. Looks like that will stick, but now there's no Grave, no TP available for ETA. And ETA is going to be running into a pretty dangerous area right now. Just 1v1 versus the Queen of Pain. Not where you want to be, especially with two-man Scream of Pain landing. ETA is going to get obliterated by the Winter Wyvern and Splinter Blast. Now they're onto Sedge. There's no Grave this time for the Nagasiren. She'll drop as well, giving a double kill to Eknart. Just like that, Agrazok now level 6. Oh, this is a dangerous game already for Team Go. That was not a good position for a Lina to be in. And Nagasiren, again, not really useful hero in the early stages. This is for exactly that reason why I wasn't really on board with this Naga Siren pick, because, you know, if it's a Rubik there, if it's an Earthshaker there, you might actually be able to save the Lina. It isn't pretty, you might sacrifice yourself for it, but yeah, it is a possibility. Naga Siren, it's an impossibility, especially when she has level 2 Mirror Image, which I guess was a necessity just to save herself from last time, but now this time, man, maybe an Ensnare would have done it. I'm kind of doubtful about that, though. The Bounty Hunter level 4 is going to be continuously stalking this mid lane, and for the Queen of Pain, actually gone for Power Treads. With such an advanced start for this Queen of Pain, I actually really do like Dagon build. I know a lot of people are just like, ugh, Dagon Queen of Pain, what a scrub build, but hey, if you actually do have a Luna on your team as well, you can actually get away with just sheer burst, and they're going to find Eknark down towards the bottom lane with a Shackle Shot. That's only level 1, so it won't do that much, but, oh, Shadowy sees a Courier. Kapow! No, kapow, there it is. That's a Courier down, boots down also on this Lina, which may be relevant because ScaryFaceZ, they're positioning themselves as if they want to dive. ETA potentially in a little bit of trouble right now. Bounty Hunter's cutting around from the north. There's a blink in. Shadow Strike. Augrzok just wants to dodge the LSA, and he will do so. Lining up a Sonic Wave, or at least trying to, as Shadowy is going to come right in. He has to bottle up just a little bit more, and now they see Dancing Dragon. He does have a Grave available, but he really doesn't want to use it on himself at all possible. Sonic Wave will make it impossible. Augrzok draws a kill, and at the same time, that could get a kill on the Wind Ranger down towards bottom because the Naga Siren has left. Blink forward scream. They're going to catch ETA one more time. Shadowy with a big Janata hit is going to help Augrzok get that kill. Net onto Shadowy in tower range. May get this kill. Yes, it will. Barely. They'll get the kill on the Bounty Hunter, but it's a small price to pay for ScaryFaceZ. A super small price because this mid lane is being completely crushed by Augrzok. 5-0-2 on Queen of Pain has gotten runes like clockwork. And the Luna is clearly doing pretty well herself without using the Eclipse even. I'm not really sure what happened there. Probably just Wind Ranger got hit with a Splinter Blast and used a really poorly timed Wind Run. Something like that. I don't know, but bottom lane, either way, was a kill for ScaryFaceZ, and now they're looking for top. Nuki has been farming very comfortably up in this top lane. Not for long, perhaps. They're going to fissure, but the cooldown's already there, but the burst damage from these two is huge. Double Missile's going to land, but Shadowy's going to limp away regardless of that fact. Earthshaker didn't even need his Echo Slam there. I thought for sure they would have been short on the damage, but this is what happens when you have an off-lane Shaker with no real active support to poke at him. He'll get a lot of experience, and a level 3 Fissure did connect, and that's 225 damage. That was Aftershock damage as well, so I guess 275. That's a lot of damage towards a Gyrocopter. At the exact same time, Bounty Hunter made his arrival with a level 3 Shuriken Toss. That does give Shadowy also his level 6. So 9-2 right now, and ScaryFaceZ is looking to keep this train rolling. Going back to this Dagon potential selection, it isn't going to happen since it is going to be an Oblivion Staff build, but over towards top lane. State needs to get body blocked a lot if they're going to get this kill. He's actually going to turn things around with the Fissure, going to connect onto 2. There's not enough mana to follow up, so he will just back off, but man, I really like getting Dagon in this situation because you know that you are trying to end the game fairly early. You want to just be pushing with this Luna's damage and using this Queen of Pain who's already off to a really good snowballing start to get these kills. And if you get the Dagon, you get in, get out, easy peasy. Orchid is a kind of similar item in that regard. Like, it is an item that helps you keep up the aggression a little bit slower than the Dagon just because it's more expensive, harder to build. But now it's Dancing Dragon in a little bit of trouble once again. He's going to grave himself, straight TP out. And Augrzok, he's just going to let that happen. He actually sees a better target in this Gyrocopter. There's a Creep Wave that will be cleaned up, and the Creep Wave will actually be coming in. Blink forward, Augrzok, they really want this kill. Rocket Barrage is going to be a pretty nice tool here. Shadowy's going to feel the brunt of it first. He will slip away around the trees, and with the Fissure, they'll get the kill. No TP is coming in this time from Team Go. If my phone could stop ringing, that would be great. But I can't answer that right now because this top lane is now an absolute mess for the Go side as well. Earthshaker not super close to his Blink Dagger, but man, the fact that they now have track rolling is so deadly for Go. Really across the board in all three of these lanes hasn't really been going great for Go. They're going to actually get a net onto State up towards top lane, but suddenly the Fissure's going to connect and Sedge has got to back off. Shadowy, he's going to throw the track, has a Shuriken, that's not close to lethal. But they really want this kill with the movement speed. Echo Slam, that'll get it. There it is. And Gyrocopter, unfortunately, a little bit too late to the party. Now, can State actually leave? Well, no one's coming for him. So I guess the answer is yes. He's gonna throw another Fissure even. I guess that's a BM Fissure. Or a Manor Fissure, depending on how you want to put it. But over towards mid lane, looks like Sonic Wave was using Lina. Just taking down slowly to the Shadow Strike. Augrzok, blindly blinking. He's gonna guess wrong this time, but now sees Dancing Dragon. Oh no, don't go down there! Oh, if you just ran up Dragon, he's gonna have to Grave TP again. That's his third Grave TP, and it was almost cancelled. That was close. That was so close. Yeah, Lucent Beam would have gotten that kill, but it's nice that the Dazzle is surviving. But Dancing Dragon has used 1 TP to get to this bottom lane, and then 3 TPs to just make him not die. And that really does add up. His net worth is 550. You start out with more gold than that. So he's been actively losing gold in this game while trying to keep himself alive. I think if he actually died... Oh, Augrzok is going to get into another fight over in this mid lane. There's a Laguna Blade in 12 seconds. Augrzok needs some help from the Embrace. There it is. And now he can actually turn things around with another Screamer Pain. ETA is going to get cursed up. That'll kill off the Luna with another Scream. Sedge in a little bit of trouble again. And Splinter Blast is there. Right click should get this kill pretty easily. Grave in 10 seconds. Not in time. Augrzok sees another one. He's going to go in. He's going to think about going in. Stick charges, bottling up. Power shot from long range, though. Going to get the kill as Wild makes his appearance. But still, it's a small price to pay for ScaryFaceZ. Actually, no, that's probably a big price to pay. But, man, across the board, they're okay with making these types of trades because the Queen Pain is still getting a lot more. Luna's getting a lot of farm. We even had Shadowy stalking a very low HP Gyrocopter. Unfortunately, no mana for a last Shuriken toss, so he's going to get himself out of there. While the Queen of Pain is styling on the go side, over in the mid lane, Ramses is pushing down bottom. He'll very easily claim that tower. And, yeah, the Queen of Pain loss is pretty steep, actually, but it's not even... We don't even see it. Where the hell is it? Okay, well, she did die, right? Yeah, so it's 1,000 gold for the Wind Ranger. Not really sure where that happened in the gold experience graph, but sometimes it just breaks. And swear, Mikelorus. I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat, so I can't answer anything. But it's 13 for 3. And the game should be, well, you could probably see how this game is going to progress. Shadowy is working with his track. Really, the only thing that ScaryFaceZ are missing from their, like, power trifecta is going to be this Blink Dagger and Shaker. Once that happens, then all hell is going to break loose, and Go need to get some more pickoffs with this Laguna Blade. They need this Wind Ranger to start being super active. And you don't want your Wind Ranger to be super active this early on. You would rather wait a little while longer, but oh, we have Shadowy with the blink in Scream. Vanuki's in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to drop the missiles, which will slow down the advance from ScaryFaceZ, but the Grave will time out soon, and there's a Sonic Wave available. Will be thrown, will connect. Onto 2 even. That's going to be 1 track kill, 2nd track kill coming right up. And someone's going to cancel their TP. Augrzok. This is like, if you just dive tier 2s when the tier 1 is, you know, still alive, then you know you're in a pretty good spot here as ScaryFaceZ. Again, taking a little bit more of a... back approach to the strategy. What was I talking about before? We had the Orchid coming up. What was it? I was going to say... Man, I was just talking about this, but then they had to, like, stop. We have an Eclipse going on. Augrzok's going to tank the Laguna Blade like a champion. Agner's taking a little bit of damage here, but it's nowhere near enough. Wild is now in a 1v4, and he's going to get obliterated. Although Windrun is there, will buy him a little more space. Dragon Slave. Oh, Eknar's still somehow alive, now earning himself up. Dancing Dragon. He's in a little bit of trouble as Augrzok's going to blink forward. That's another track kill. And now they see Vanuki as well. Echo Slam's available. A couple of creeps will get hit with it. State taking the entirety of Rocket Barrage. Now the rest of the team is going to jump in with the curse. They'll get yet another kill. Buyback from the Wind Rangers. So many low HP heroes. Shadowy, though, going to dodge the power shot. Shackle going to latch on a State. That's a very long range Shackle, but Wild's all alone right now. 1v5. No problem until he gets fissured in the face. Winter Wyvern will finally go down, but ETA now in a little bit of trouble as well. Jump charge popped, and this Lina is going to drop. They also see another one. It's Sedge, who's going to get the net out, but to what end? To what end? The Lucent Beam is going to be there, and Sedge is going to get dropped as well. Oh my god, it's a bloodbath. It's a shame that Winter Wyvern died, because then we could have had the 322 score. But, yeah. This was a dirty, dirty game, guys. It was, ugh. I don't even know. I was gonna, like, talk about item selections, you know, the Blink Dagger on Shaker. But, clearly it just doesn't matter. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Oh yeah, I was talking about Dazzle's TPs. He has a magic wand. Like, if he actually let himself die earlier, he would actually have more gold. Of course, everyone on ScaryFaceZ would be slightly higher level, but you know, these are the types of trades that you need to consider. 1350. I expected the games to be going towards ScaryFaceZ, but not like this, man. Not like this. Guys, I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure casting Game 1, and we'll be right back for Game 2 between ScaryFaceZ and Team Go. Hopefully for, you know, at least 20 minutes. GG, guys.